first-class girl can't drink.
That's Kate Winslet along with Leonardo DiCaprio in the 1997 movie Titanic. She sailed to an Oscar nomination for her performance in that blockbuster. And there's Oscar buzz again this year over her role in the movie Steve Jobs. Here she is with Jim Axelrod.
We have things to talk about.
Like what?
As the fearless aide to Steve Jobs,
We're not going to sell 1 million in the first 90 days.
Joanna Hoffman was a lot of things. A high-powered executive, a marketing genius.
What happens when they find out that for $24.95 there's nothing you can do with it?
I don't care if she put a...
And, as played by Kate Winslet,
You're going to fix it now.
the moral center of the movie Steve Jobs.
But what you make isn't supposed to be the best part of you. When you're a father, that's what's supposed to be the best part of you. And it's
However, one thing the real-life Joanna Hoffman, a no-nonsense Polish-Armenian immigrant, would not be confused for is a glamorous movie star.
Why would they think of me? Because Joanna Hoffman looks nothing like me.
When Kate Winslet heard about this role, she just had to have it.
You wanted this badly.
Mm-hmm. That's allowed. Isn't that allowed?
So she took a selfie, this one, and sent it to the film's producer.
Joanna didn't really wear any makeup and put on this short dark head wig and a pair of glasses, and I took one photo and I just sent it by email to Scott Rudin.
Any message?
No. No message.
After 6 Academy Award nominations,
He did! He loved me as I loved him! And the inertia of my life.
an iconic star turn in Titanic.
And all the while I feel I'm standing in the middle of a crowded room, screaming at the top of my lungs, and no one even looks up.
We were guards. Our job was to guard the prisoners.
And an Oscar win for The Reader.
Well then.
We couldn't just let them escape. We couldn't. We were responsible for them.
Kate Winslet could expect to get any part she wants. But getting Joanna Hoffman was one thing. Playing her, quite another.
How hard was that accent?
Oh, that accent. There are lots of accents I really can't do. I do a useless Scottish. My Irish is all over the map.
But Polish-Armenian, you got nailed?
Polish-Armenian, you know, give a girl a challenge.
Fix it. Fix it now. Or you can contact me at my new job. Working anywhere I want.
I mean, I was baffled by it. And I remember I called the real Joanna, and to hear her actually speak, it is different to the way that I ended up doing it in the film, for the simple reason that her pitch is much higher than mine. So I remember speaking to her for the first time, and I said, "Hello, Joanna, this is Kate Winslet." "Hello, how are you? I'm so happy to hear from you. Well, this is just so exciting." I thought, oh my God, I can't do that. I can't sustain that for 2 hours of a movie, you know.
Winslet's been relying on her acting instincts for 25 years, starting on TV in a British show called Dark Season.
It is weird.
She was a chunky 15-year-old, and even being on TV did not insulate her from the slings and arrows of schoolyard bullies.
But then, as someone once said, never listen to what people tell you, only what you tell yourself.
I was teased for how I looked.
That's what the bullying was?
Yeah, because I was quite stocky as a child, and was very much teased for that.
Now 40, and one of her generation's brightest stars, the pain is still fuel.
I know that those nasty bullies are still out there, and there I am with a big gold statue in my hand. I mean, that's a pretty great fist-pumping moment. That's a lovely message to say to those bullies, you know, and where are they? Where are they?
It's not just a fist-pumping moment, it's a little bit of a middle finger moment.
Well, let's not get aggressive.
It's about a presence, a radiance that
But even when you're the face of Lancome Cosmetics, there's not enough makeup to cover the scars of teenage teasing. She speaks loudly and clearly about body image, often insisting that her image not be retouched.
I am in an industry where I have to do interviews, much like this one. You know, we walk down red carpets, you know, it's part of the job. But I think I feel very strongly that it's important to also say to young girls, look, we don't look like that all the time.
By the way, you sat down with us You can hold that up there for
the coffee?
No.
Oh, this? Okay. Right, so I sat down with you because today I did my own hair and makeup because it's easier, frankly, sometimes. And I came into this room and I said, okay, I am the hair and makeup team, so someone tell me if I'm shiny.
Blunt as she is about gender and beauty, Winslet seemed to struggle a few months ago after Jennifer Lawrence shined a spotlight on the issue of pay equity for actors and actresses. Winslet was asked about it by the BBC.
I don't like talking about money. It's a bit vulgar, isn't it? I don't think that's a very nice conversation to have publicly.
That reaction caused a bit of a stir.
So this notion of, I don't want to discuss any gap in pay, gender gaps, it's vulgar.
Yeah, let me explain. So, what I think is vulgar is to be talking publicly about actual earning of money. That is, I mean, even as I'm saying it now, I'm slightly being sick into my mouth. I'm British. We don't do that. Jennifer put it brilliantly. She did it so gracefully and graciously. But what I object to is, unfortunately, the line of questioning that it almost gives journalists permission to open with, which I don't like. I fully had a journalist say to me, so do you know if you got paid more or less than Michael Fassbender? I don't ever want to be asked that question, and I certainly wouldn't answer it. That's what's difficult. Would it make you feel better if I told you that if I am ever in a situation where I feel that there is something unfair happening, that I always stand up for myself? Would that make you feel better?
Not about what makes me feel better. I'm just wondering if you think...
I just want to try and answer your question in as delicate a way as I can.
I'm just wondering if, in theory, is it wrong if there is a gap?
It's very difficult to answer that question because every situation is completely different. But if you have a man and a woman in a movie of equal experience, of equal-sized role, who are saying the same number of lines, is it wrong that the guy gets paid more than the girl? You bet your bottom dollar it's wrong. I mean, do you think a school teacher, a female school teacher, wants to sit at home and listen to a Hollywood, you know, a bunch of Hollywood actresses talking about how they don't get basically paid enough?
Winslet's pay grade allows her to live quite comfortably with her third husband and 3 kids in a small town on the English coast.
But chickens are great, and they give you eggs.
Hollywood A-lister, perhaps.
This one in here.
But one who finds one of life's great pleasures in a country henhouse.
You're in luck. Look, this means that the little bantams, the little black ones, have started laying. This is really great, actually. I must tell you, this is exciting. Well done, everybody.
For Winslet, happiness is running to the store with no worries about dodging paparazzi.
You have to have a home and somewhere to, you know, run and hide. And also, we're very fortunate. It's a lovely community where we live, and so yeah, we're just part of the community.
You can run and get a quart of milk and not have to worry about anything other than getting the milk.
Not a problem. I even do the school run in my dressing gown, bathrobe, pajamas. Yeah, absolutely.
At this point, it seems Kate Winslet doesn't want to live a second more of her life than she has to, worried about appearances. Unless, of course, she's changing them herself to snag a role that just might put her in the running for her next Oscar.